Hi, I'm Ron Plants here at Channel 2, and we had a visitor from the north here today in Buffalo. And no, he was not in a sleigh with reindeer, but that visitor turned out to be the Ontario Premier, Doug Ford, who held a press conference with Governor Kathy Hochul to announce the new agreement that the Ontario Power Generation will have with the state of New York in the development of new nuclear technology for nuclear power. They're specifically talking about small modular reactors, which is the big thing now in terms of trying to come up with a generation plant that would be smaller than the typical nuclear power plant with those big cooling towers that many of us are familiar with. And in essence, he talked about the Darlington plant up in Ontario, where they're doing a lot of this research, and did indeed also say that they produce a lot of power through their other nuclear power plants, and that they still send a lot down here to New York State, as well as Minnesota and Michigan. Now, I attempted to ask a question about whether or not, you may recall, that the premier in that tussle with Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, over the tariffs earlier this year, had said he was going to put a 25% surcharge on electricity that was flowing down to the states here in the U.S., including New York, and even threatened at one point that he could cut it off if the tariff war escalated. But then he backed off from that after he had a conciliatory phone call, apparently at the White House, with President Trump. I was going to ask him about that situation and see where things stood now, but a press aide from Governor Hochul decided to terminate the press conference, saying that they had to move on and they would not call on Channel 2, either myself or Dave McKinley, to ask a question. Merry Christmas to everybody out there as I'm going on vacation, and a happy holiday season to everyone. We'll see you after Christmas. Take care.